everybody. Whoops, sorry. Just a minute. I need to fix something here. I'm having rearrange everything. There. Is that better? And can you hear me okay? Um, I'm having to retire my other microphone because I think that was a problem with it. But sooner or later, I'm going to replace the desktop and or use my laptop. Um, the monitor is still good. It's just the desktop. Anyway, it's Monday, September 29th, and tomorrow, of course, is the last day of September. We're, let's see, we've been getting rain off and on all morning, which we really do need the rain. It's going to be stormy in the next 4 days, which is okay. I mean, this is typical fall weather for Western Washington. Um, and there are some areas still fighting brush fires, and I just hope the rain knocks out the brush fires. Anyway, I'm kind of winging it today because I didn't have time to do. I forgot to do. I slept in this morning. Is what I did. I was going to do my production notes, but after hearing all about what ICE is doing, what Trump is doing, Taco Donnie is doing, and Midas touched on the thing what to do about bullies and how to stand up to them. All Trump is, he's a bully. He's a toddler bully. And him doing what ICE and everything else, Oregon called us bluff. The governor and the governor did 3 things, and one of them is he's also asking to do a mask mandate like California, and he also filing a lawsuit against Trump. He says you're not supposed to use federal troops in the United States against citizens. Period. So what part does Trump does not understand? And also he called out Stephen Miller on this too, because Stephen Miller is the one that's been pushing on this issue, or pushing on this thing. And Stephen Miller needs to shut up. Trump needs to shut up. Trump keeps whining that he's being a victim and everything else. No, Trump, you're the one putting it on yourself. You're creating a mess yourself, and you're hurting other people by doing this. And I know narcissists don't care. Okay, I run into a couple. And when I stand up to them, they back off, they run away. That's what typical bullies do. When you confront them, they'll run away. And like I said on my video a long time ago, one such bully pushed too far on me. You know what I did? I used my tin lunch pail on him. And he never did that again. He stayed away from me. And he says, no, I wouldn't tangle with this guy, or tangle with her. And I told the bully, I said, I don't put up with bullies. I hate bullies. Now, if you're nice to me, then I'll be cordial with you. But once you cross that rule, just, because each person himself has their own set of rules based on how they're brought up, right? And there's ways of dealing with things, dealing with bullies. And for example, there's ways of dealing with bully cops that should have not been cops, okay? I dealt with one years ago while I was in college, and he kept tailgating me. He kept, you know, harassing me when I was trying to go get to school. And I go, well, you know what? I said, if you keep this up, I'm going to go to your watch commander. He goes, you don't know who my watch commander is and everything else, thinking his job is super safe. Well, guess who pulled up behind his cruiser? His watch commander. And his watch commander happened to be my parents' next door neighbor. And the watch commander knew me very well. And he goes, what's going on, Ginger? And I told him, and he looked at the guy and go, okay, you go back to headquarters, wait in my office. We are going to have a discussion. I go, somebody's in trouble. Too bad there's no way of playing the Dragnet theme. But the guy got in trouble. I went on to school, and everything was fine after that. But we need to really insist and push back on bullies. We need to stop being afraid of ICE. And like you saw that video, Finance Touch, the video of this guy in Chicago, he got away from ICE. He had a bicycle. And these ICE guys are so unprofessional. And they're out of I'm sorry. These guys are out of shape. And it was so funny. It was almost like the Keystone Cops on the next level. Guy Rat got away from them, and just as he was pedaling away, he gave him the finger. So people need to, in huge numbers, need to surround ICE and say, you're going to go to jail. I think now states need to have their state police and their local sheriffs and police departments arrest these guys. If they're not going to follow follow state requirements of not wearing a mask and have to have proper ID and everything on them, then they have no business being there. And 3/4 of the ICE, so-called ICE personnel, are insurrectionists and they're bullies. They don't have any professional training. And they intimidate and push people and everything else. Well, next time, you know what's going to happen? I go, you ask them a question like, are you really a federal agent? If you are, show me your ID. And if you aren't, then you're fair game. Because we need to push back. And they say we'll do it peacefully. But, if the ICE doesn't do it peacefully, then the only language they understand is being thrown to the ground. That's how bullies understand that. Somebody if a bully pushes a person too much, and the bully holds off and hits the person holds off and hits back at him, that's the only language they understand. I'm not condoning violence, but if that's the only thing that these bullies, ICE bullies, understand, then they can't cry. I hate it when people like Taco Donnie sit there and cry victim and everything else and gaslighting and everything. That's got to stop. And I love Governor Newsom. In many ways, I wish either him or Pete Buttigieg is our president right now. They would whip everything back in the way it was so fast it wouldn't be funny. And I would really like to see Trump and cabinet in prison, in jail. I don't know how many of them have really broke laws. You haven't. The funny part of it is you have not heard one peep out of any of the cabinet members, except for Higgs's. Um, so I wonder if any of the other cabinet members go, you know what, we need to band together and give Taco Donnie a boost, the boot. Um, Vance is Vance is a pipsqueak. He's cowardly in many ways, and he doesn't know how anything works either. And that's my thinking on this. So we need to push back, and we need the state and local police's help to push back. And you know what? In a crisis like this, the governors can use the National Guard against ICE. Because I'll bet you those ICE guys will run away like cowards when confronted by professional armed forces personnel. So we need to use the National Guard to protect the citizens so they could go about their business, do their jobs, and everything else. And not support ICE. Don't support them. And this is what Oregon's doing. They're instructing the sheriffs, the police departments, the state police not to support ICE. They're instructed to protect the citizens of Oregon. Everybody, irregardless. So I think all the states should do that. And with Nome and Bondi doing this stuff, those ladies should be in jail. So, okay, well, I'm going to go ahead and sign off early. I'm going to have a little bit of lunch and finish my housework because on Wednesday, the reminder, on Wednesday I won't be doing my chat show because I'm having a unit inspection they do twice a year. They do unit inspections, for safety, fire safety, things like that. And also today our community rooms are opening back up. There's no more. They did a check and there's no more of the bugs or any other pesky insects that creep around. So, I did get bitten by something. I don't know, it was like a bug butt this big. I don't know what kind it was, but he did bite me. Where he came from, I don't know. You know, I think what happens is when they treat the apartments or whatever, the bugs go somewhere else. So anyway, I will see you on Friday. It'll be a regular scheduled thing on Friday. And I will keep you posted when I do go visit with my daughter. I don't know when that's going to happen. But I will keep you posted on that. And I may not do my show then. I may just take a break from it. So I will see you later. I will post this on my YouTube channel. It's on the same name, Ginger's Chat Show. I need more subscribers. I'm working on that. And I'm working on. I understand that TikTok pays pretty well. I know a number of other people that are creators on TikTok. They don't use Facebook anymore. I'm looking at figuring it out, but switching over and do a live of just do a video and then post it on YouTube and do it that way until I'm able to go live. We're pushing to have say, hey, why don't you just let us go live anyway? Okay. And then I don't mind paying for or paying me for holding like advertising, that type of thing to help us. And um, Facebook is, I think they've forgotten their purpose. Facebook has. So anyway, I will talk to you later. Love to all, and I'll see you on Friday. Love you all, and thank you for watching. See you later. Bye bye.